So today we're going to have a very unique and spiritual light worker. Her journey is love, peace, and vegetables, and is the result of Marcela's journey to realization beginning as a child in Argentina. Her book is kind of like a coffee table book with amazing, unique pictures. Trying to categorize love, peace, and vegetables is almost impossible. You could think of it as a beautiful coffee table book filled with imaginative, uplifting, and eye popping art. And it's even reminiscent of a botanical treatise of the 19th century with loving graphic renditions of plants and vegetables. Today, we're going to interview her as she is in her unique studio. And Marcela, how are you today?
Excellent. Thank you.
And that's your book, and it's all gorgeous. Uh, may I ask you to kind of show me what's inside those pages? Oh my, that's a very thick book. Oh my, yeah. And can we see some of your favorite pictures in there?
Let's see.
Tell
Uh,
us a story, Marcela.
I have a lot of stories. This is a book of the sum of 20 something years of work. And
Wow.
look how beautiful. I just opened up in a blessing. This is one of the pictures.
Oh, look at that.
And
And
it's
are these your drawings?
no, this drawing is made by Mother Gria One, who is a Balinese, Batuanese artist. This artist
Okay.
are born in a specific part in Bali where the two of the rivers they split in two, and the people who are born there are chosen by the royalty there back in the days to be the artist of the royal family. And
Oh, very cool.
all the art that comes with them is not just art, it's truly a spiritual journey of understanding that our acts and when we draw and when we speak and when we do something, our consciousness towards this affects the whole world, affects the viewer, the art maker, and it's really truly a beautiful art. And the artist that did a lot of the 20 illustrations in my book was
How many illustrations?
I have 20 illustrations. I mean, I have many people.
Illustrations.
Yes, many
And
people.
so then, oh, look at that. And then there's some meals in there also.
There is about, see, there is about 150.
Oh,
And
how awesome. And do you have now next to your beautiful photographs, is there what kind of descriptions do you have?
well, this one that I just show you, it was because this book is not just a cookbook. It's
Right.
there's poetry, there is art, there is blessings. In fact, you open up with a prayer, and a prayer to be able to read this book in a way that will lift the veils for you the way it specifically needs to be for you.
May I ask you to say that prayer?
Yes, of course. Of course. It's right here at the beginning. So it's called a universal prayer.
All right.
And of course, the drawing is this beautiful water with a lotus
Oh, it's
flower.
gorgeous. Yeah.
And it goes like this. Please clear the veils of separation so I might experience the full radiance of my being. Please reveal my true nature and remove all misinterpretations of reality. Please melt all suffering, pain, and ignorance with the vibration and pulsation of love. Reveal the essence of the boundless color of love to me, so I may reveal in the cosmic dance of light and play on earth my true and authentic self. Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Do
This
you feel that food has a vibration?
yes, yes.
Can you tell me about that?
Yes, absolutely. Everything is living, and everything has a frequency and therefore a vibration. And for example, in food and live food, it can be measured. So there is a biophotonic energy that is measurable.
What did
It's
you call it?
biophotonic. Photons means light.
Yes.
Okay, and bio is a biological light. It's a natural light.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Uh-huh.
all vegetables, fruits, people, stones, crystals, even plastic, and all of everything has. But the more concentrated, you will find it in live things like vegetables, all the vegetables and the trees. You're going to find a greater amount of biophotonic energy. Okay.
Is that kind of now I've heard the theory that some people say vegetables and plants feel pain or have actual emotional type reactions to the way that they're treated. Do you believe that?
Yes, definitely. I'm not. Um, they're definitely very elevated beings, all the plants, and I've seen nowadays you can see people doing even music with the sunflower.
Yes,
They put the
yes.
songs on the sunflowers. Even you put in mushrooms, and it's very sweet. And you can know by a synthesizer, the energy of the mushroom plays a synthesizer, and then you get a song. And really everything has its song. Everything is living, and if we want to go, I used to say I have two children that are grown-ups now, but what I used to say to my little one, who's in university now, I used to tell her, if you want to hear the fairies, you have to eat your purple foods. And
And what is the proper food? What was she told was the proper food?
yeah, not the proper food, excuse my accent, it's the purple
Oh, the
food.
purple food, the purple.
Yes,
No, I
purple.
don't excuse. I think it's a beautiful accent. Um, Argentinian accent. Is that what it's called?
Yes, yes, Argentinian accent, yes.
Argentinian
Yes.
accent.
Although I've been more than 30 something years in the US, I still hold true to my accent.
That's okay. You hang on to it.
Yeah.
Um, Now on the bottom of your book, what is that? Is that stones in there?
Yes, yes.
And so those are energetic properties just as well, right?
As well, just as well. And everything, and also this book has that part put on it, that everything we do, is recipes for conscious living. And conscious living is not just about praying, and it's not just about eating vegan or vegetarian or taking care of your body. It's a multi approach of living conscious. That's this book.
Tell me about that multi approach.
Well, the multi approach is, sometimes we have sections, which is, it's not wrong to have sections, because I believe there is a start everywhere. Okay. And, but the more you expand your ways, like, for example, my expansion right now is not only understanding that the food that we eat makes us who we are, but also increases or decreases our light, increases our magnetism to that light that we are.
So, do you believe that are you vegan?
Yes, I am.
Do you believe that the time of moon or the time we pick things or is also an energy vibration increaser. Is that something that you would say or
Well,
not?
no, I believe that if we can understand that we're not just planting a seed, we are becoming the seed is becoming us. We are not just looking at the sun or breathing the air. We are the air, we are part of the sun. And as we go deeper into that oneness, see, everything matters. Everything matters. The words that come out of our mouth, how we treat each other, how we treat others, how they treat us, you know. So the treatment that we get outside is not separate from how we treat ourselves or we treat others.
Right. Understood. And now, are you, um, when you say you're vegan, um, how do you feel about people that eat meat?
I, I really have no judgment. In nature, there is many levels and there is an incredible amount of differences and variety.
Right.
And they all sort themselves in complete perfection.
That's a very nice way to look at it.
Yes. So I
And
believe that wherever you are and wherever I am, we sort each other in complete perfection. And if I
each
can,
to their own, each to their own.
yes, and if I can bring some light to your life, and if you don't eat meat and you bring some light into my life, I'm happy. You
Mhm. Tell me about the purple vegetables.
Ah. Well, vegetables come in many colors. It's very beautiful to think also as, many people are already in the understanding of the color of the rainbow, or
Mhm.
maybe the chakra system, the
Mhm.
first chakra being red, so the purple is could be the third eye, or could be maybe blue, or it could be golden. It all depends. Yeah, it all depends where you are, what's happening in your energy system. And
Right.
but the purple foods, I are like, you have black rice, which is kind of purple. You have the cacao seed, which is also purple. Okay, and these are different foods that are very high in biophotonic energy. You can search, or I think there is a wonderful book by a dear friend of mine, David Wolf. There is a wonderful book, and it's called Eating for Beauty. Is it Eating for Beauty? I think, and he shows the biophotonic pictures of different, he shows the Kirlian pictures of these vegetables and the light within them, because I think it's important to see it, so you don't feel like, okay, Marcela is talking about biophotonic high food. What is this? Okay, so you can search it and you can see Kirlian pictures of the light of the vegetables, and you will be able to see how beautiful and incredible some of these vegetables can be, like the cacao, which is a purple. You have the chia also, we call it, is another of the purple food. And that's how I convinced my daughter and trained my daughter into eating very healthy, by making the stories, which are not wrong, between crystals and food and colors and gardens. And it's really a very magical space that open into conversation, into story, into teaching properties about the vegetables.
I love it. That's very cool.
Yes, yes. And we have the black grapes that are fantastic. The black grapes, that is another purple food. Yeah.
You mean there's the green, and then you mean the dark purple one?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. Um, and what you're saying about the light that vegetables create, um, to me, that's kind of like the paranormal field where our eyes are the cone structure of our eyes can only see reds, blues, greens, yellows. But once you get that camera on, or that lens on, then all of a sudden we see all these things that are beyond our dimension, our reality. And I think that is very, very awesome. So then the vegetables that are radiating these colors are also each one specific to
Yes.
an energy like a prism or like a crystal that and each one of those, you're saying, am I understanding right, creates a mood or creates a beauty within us and peace, love and peace, from what I'm understanding. And what would you say is the most loving and most peaceful vegetable that we can eat?
Well, you see, I like that you asked that question because um, it takes us back to understanding that we are so unique as the vegetables, and different times of the year, different ages, and different people will need something different. So if I would tell you one, I could tell you my one that I'm vibing right now.
Right. So your vibration is radiating towards that vibration of that vegetable,
Yeah.
but someone else's may be vibrating towards another one. I feel like this is the same conversation I had about numerology with the about uh numbers
Yeah.
and how each number radiates with a different vibration. So basically, your so how then does a person know what their vibration vegetable is? Will
Well,
you tell us?
well, I think we are so smartly built, yeah, that many times you will be craving something that is specifically because you need it. And many, and who knows this very well is a pregnant woman that all of a
Mm.
sudden they never liked radishes and then they just need to have radishes. And this is the body speaking, I need that. Or sometimes, um, you have vegan people that say, no, 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 I'm craving fish. And what is that they're craving? Maybe not craving fish. What they're craving is the omegas that the fish needs that are so
Ah,
good to the brain. And maybe it's not the fish. We can go into the yellow algae, which is where the fish gets their omegas. Yeah.
oh, okay.
So then it's like, okay, we are craving the problem. It's not a problem, but the thing is that as long as we don't have the information in our brain, we may have cravings and we will not be able to pick it up because we don't have the receptor, which is the information for that instinct to land and say, oh, wow, that's what I need, because we don't
Right.
have it in our field. So it's very important to, when you feed your children, you feed yourself, have a variety, understand what are they growing locally. You don't need to live in a home and have your own garden, which is very nice. But if not, you can go to the farmer's market.
Right. You
What's
can.
yes, it's like when you go to a rock show and they have all these beautiful crystals, and all of a sudden you navigate to that one, and it's the green one or the yellow one, and then you find out and you read what is this crystal has to offer for you. It's the same thing with the vegetables. You go to the farmer's market and see what's calling you. And when
I love that. That's so cool.
it's just like
So,
that, it's like with
so
crystals.
does your book go into that then? Is that's what who needs this book? Who should be giving this book as a gift? Who should be giving this reading this book specifically? I mean, what kind of person do you specifically feel in the spiritual vegetable field needs this book? I mean, is there a niche market, or is there specific kind of people?
you know, I've been getting it. I just have it only for a week with me after 10 years of working, and people are
Oh,
just,
congratulations.
thank you. People
Congratulations.
are screaming
Beautiful.
when they see it because it's
Wow.
so big. And I wanted to create something for, I created the love that is so big because I wanted people to give each other gift of love, either to yourself or to other. And I designed it with that in mind. I said, of course, the information is amazing because I talk about water, I talk about salt, the importance of salt and mineralizing
Well,
yourself.
tell me about that.
Well, it's salt. It's so important to get the right salt and not to use sodium chloride, but use the salt that has between 87 and 95 minerals, which is a salt that it hasn't been boiled, it hasn't been stripped out of all the minerals. And and it's so important for our life to have the proper amount of salt. What's the
And what kind of salt is that called?
Well, I like to use, which I talk about it in the book, I like to use 5 different salts. And, I went into, I call it the rabbit hole of the salt.
The rabbit hole of the salt. Okay, okay.
And I really did do my homework because I went to several salt mines, yeah, and there is several places in the world which you go to the salt mines and it's just magical. You have in Bolivia. I went to the one in Peru. I have to go to the one in Bolivia. I haven't been able to travel now, so. But in Peru, they have the Mara salt, which is an ancient sea that is being dried out inside the mountains, and it has this spring that comes through, right? And the people there, the ancient people they have done this type of pools, one besides the other. And so the water comes in and is spring water that passes through these tectonic dried plates of salt, okay? And so this water gets completely salty and goes into these pools, and they dry it in the mountains. And you go there, you feel like you're in another planet because everything is white and everything is salt pools. And it's so, so beautiful. And then they just dry it, the sun dries it, and then you have all these little crystals that come up. You see, so the salt, it is a crystalline structure. We are crystals. But salt is a beautiful crystalline structure which we can make not only food, is good for our blood, and it's good for our blood pressure, and it's good, so we send the salt into inside of our cells, you see, because inside of our cells there is sweet water, there is not salt water. So when it comes through the membrane with the right pressure, then it strips it of the salt and you have this sweet water. No, it's exactly like in the oceans. You have the bodies of oceans that are huge, and then the smaller bodies of a river and lakes, which are sweet water. The same is in our body. So it's very, very, very beautiful when you start thinking about the salt and the body and the oceans and the world, and we are just that too at the cellular level.
Right.
It's fascinating. It's just fascinating. So food and making food, it's not longer a chore. Oh, I have to eat. It is, like everything you should do in life, your work, your food, everything should be walking towards joy and awe.
I
So
love this. It's just really cool. And I imagine Martha Stewart will be wanting you soon. I mean, this is just really amazing, amazing stuff. And thank you so much for being my guest. And I I would ask you to give us your website.
yes, my website is www.marcela.love.
Ah,
Yeah,
Marcela.love.
yeah.
How cool is that?
Marcela is with one L, not two L's.
Okay. All right. Well, Marcela, thank you so much for being with us. And I love your shop. And can I ask where your shop is at?
Yes, my studio it's in Miami right now. Miami.
Miami. All
Yes.
right. Well, I get that must be where the cool people are because, you know, that's just a beautiful, beautiful little shop. I love the energy of your shop. It just really glows, and so do you. Those vegetables must be working.
Yes, well, everything is there to give you some kind of gift, and this book is to open up the doors of your heart and bring that gift into your life.
All right. Thank you, Marcela.
Thank you, Anne Marie. What a pleasure to be here.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.